Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, so Xbox Microsoft press conference just ended. Thought I'd just do a quick video, quickish, and just give my opinions on what I saw. First off, out of the gate, get out of the way. They didn't talk about the DRM, the used games, all the stuff that everyone's pissing about, moaning about on the internet. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. It was a stupid move. They should have got it out of the way. They should have talked about it because obviously the internet's going to be full of people just bitching and whining now and just going on and on and on about it. But I'm not about that, I'm about the games, don't give a shit about all that stuff, so let's crack on, get to what's important. First up, they opened the show with Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. Looks absolutely stunning in the Fox engine, very, very impressive. Kojima was on the stage. They didn't say it was exclusive or anything, so I'm assuming it is going to be multi-platform. I personally don't care about it myself, but for any MGS fans, the game looks absolutely stunning. Next up there's a brand new Xbox 360 out today, which is looking like a small version of an Xbox One. To be expected, I thought they were going to announce a small slimline version. That's no real surprise. So I'd be interested at the prices because they didn't announce a price, and I looked on Amazon and it's not listed yet. It's supposed to be available today, so who knows? Unless that's a day in America and not everywhere else, and we get it like a month later, which wouldn't surprise me. Then they showed a game called World of Tanks, which is coming to 360. Yeah, I couldn't give a shit about that. Then went on to the Xbox One games, and they just went game. I mean, there was just so much stuff. It was brilliant. They started out with Rise. Really interested in this one. This was a game that was announced a long time ago for the original Kinect, and it was your typical crappy Kinect game set in a Roman Empire. It looked good, but it was one of them where you watch it and you go, I'd never play that because I'd get tired and I couldn't be asked to stand in front of the TV running around punching whatever. They've revamped the game, and it now appears to be a third-person Roman epic where you go around commanding an army, beating the crap out of people, stabbing them in the head with your sword. It looks absolutely brilliant. The graphics are gorgeous, man. The in-game looks so impressive. I was really quite impressed with that demo. When I saw it, all I could think was, I hope this is the launch title, and it is. So that's me sold. I'm really happy with that. Rise is definitely a game I'm going to be buying. Next up was just Ultimate. I was so chuffed they did this because I did not expect this at all. People have wanted it for ages. There's been loads of stuff on the internet. Never thought it'd ever happen, but Killer Instinct is back and exclusive to Xbox One because obviously Microsoft have Rare. It looks really nice. They showed a short demo of it later in the conference when they were demonstrating some of the Xbox Live features, and yeah, it does look really nice. I'm interested to see how that goes. And they announced that I think it's Mad Catz. There's an arcade fighting stick that's coming out on day one with Killer Instinct as well. Nice tie-in, very clever. Next one was a game from Insomniac, who are now multi-platform, and Ted Price came out on stage and announced a game called Sunset Overdrive, which from the demo, well, the demo from the video, it's more CG. It was like an animated, like a Disney Pixar kind of vibe, where you free run around an open world and you can dive across buildings and traverse the environment and kill monsters, basically, shoot them in the face. It looked pretty good actually. I was quite impressed. I want to see some actual in-game play that see how it actually handles, but Insomniac are usually pretty reliable, so yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on that. It looks quite good. I'm just watching the TV. They've got Rise on again. It looks so good. Can't wait to play that game. It looks epic. Next one, Forza 5. Now that was an interesting one. I don't really play car games. They don't interest me at all. But I've got to say, Forza 5 looks really nice, and it really sucked me in. I was like, I want to play that. Never really felt that way about a car game in a long time. Probably not since Project Gotham 3 on the 360 launch. But yeah, I'm tempted to get Forza 5. I'm not 100% yet, but it does look really nice. Very impressive graphics. Then they showed there's a new Minecraft coming. Yeah. Then they showed a short video of Quantum Break, the new game from Remedy. Something I'm actually really looking forward to seeing more of. It's going to be interesting. They only showed a very short clip, and it was like a cutscene basically. But if that's what the cutscenes look like in the game, I'm quite impressed actually. The animations on the characters and the lifelikeness, that's not even a word. Yeah, but basically they look like real people. They look really cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing some proper gameplay of that. I want to know more because that's a really interesting looking game. Next up was a game called D4, which I didn't really say anything about. It's a short video. It's episodic content, and it's like a cell-shaded effect kind of style to the game. They didn't really tell you a lot, but it looked interesting. You never know. Then there was something called Project Spark. which from what I could gather seemed to be some kind of game creation software. And it looked really good actually, really intuitive. You could literally just click a few buttons and create a world. It was quite impressive. Whether it works like that when you actually use it, I don't know. But yeah, I think that'd be quite interesting, to give that a try. Because, game creation is a difficult thing. To be able to have a simple option to be able to do it that way and to do basic game creation would be quite nice. So yeah, I'm quite interested in that. Next one, right, okay, then I went on to do all the Xbox Live stuff, and I don't really pay attention to that because I'm not an Xbox Live member, and I won't be next generation either because I don't really care too much about it. However, they did say that you can upload your gameplay to the cloud, so they're basically doing what PlayStation do, where you can just record your gameplay on the DVR, upload it to YouTube and that, I assume, and share your information. The cool thing was that you can actually edit the footage down on your Xbox One, and using Kinect you can add a voiceover, which I thought was a really nice touch, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, also they've got a contract with Twitch as well apparently, so you can stream your games online. Another thing that Sony announced in February, so that's really cool. I mean, it's not copying or anything else. It'd be great that both companies are doing that option. Apparently, you're no longer limited on your friend list as well. You can have all of your friends on your list. So if that's something you're interested in, that's great. And there are no Microsoft points anymore. They're going to be doing it in local currency as well. I have heard people say online before that that's important. I don't know, because as I say, I don't really use Xbox Live, but if it is, great, there you go. Next, then there was a game announced by the company that made Panzer Dragoon, and unfortunately the stream actually froze on me at that point. I couldn't see what it was. I saw like a brief couple of seconds and the thing froze, so I had to reboot it, so I missed out on that, but I'm sure it's going to be really good anyway. Next up, when I came back onto the stream, was Dead Rising 3. Now, I've never been a fan of the series. I've never really got into them at all. They don't really interest me, and I think zombies are a bit overdone now. But watching that gameplay, it made me want to buy the game. It looked really, really cool. Massive open world. Jesus Christ, the amount of zombies on screen is insane. If the frame rate maintains and that the power of the Xbox One can do that, I'm quite impressed. It looks really good. Really nice weapons, or you can craft your weapons as well. So they showed like you can get a pistol, and then if you get a flashlight, you can attach the flashlight, or torch, should I say, to the bottom of your gun, so you can fight in the dark. He also had like a big, massive hammer, and he got, I think it was a chainsaw or something. Not a chainsaw. I can't what kind of saw you call it. It's one of them. I don't do DIY, but it's a saw anyway. And he stuck the saw on the end of the hammer and chopped up zombies. Really cool. You can also call in tactical airstrikes using smart glass technology, using your mobile phone, or I assume your tablet as well, which is really cool. The tactical airstrikes a load of zombies. Yeah, it looked really, really good. Graphically, it looks absolutely stunning. I've got to say, all of the Xbox One games that I saw today, all of the ones that showed in-game gameplay, look really, really impressive. I mean, this is only launched, so you'd expect them to be close to this generation, but you can definitely see they're a step up from this generation. Obviously, in a year or two, the games are going to look ridiculous, and it does make me think, at the end of this next generation, like say 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8 years like we have this time, the games are going to look so lifelike. It's going to be crazy, so I'm really excited for the future. Next one up, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunts. I don't really have any interest, not my kind of game, but I know that a lot of people like the Witcher series, so if you like that series, there's a new one coming. Then they showed a demo of Battlefield 4, which went a bit pear-shaped and didn't work, which was quite funny, because the guy on stage panicked a bit and didn't know what to do. But when they got it up and running, it is just another Battlefield game, really. It looks absolutely gorgeous because it is the Frostbite engine, so of course it looks beautiful. I don't mind those games. They are mindless, and I like those games now and again. It's nice to be able to just kick back and shoot people in the face and not have to think too much. It's just have a bit of a change from the story-driven games. I know they're trying to put a story in there like Call of Duty are, but I don't really care too much, to be honest. They can put all the actors in they want and craft an amazing story, but it's still a Battlefield game at the end of the day. You're still just running around, dodging explosions and shooting people in the face. And, sometimes that's what you need. Next up was a game called Below. Now, that looked like it might be an indie game, some kind of like artsy-fartsy game. Not really my kind of thing, but it looked interesting. Then they said that Black Tusk Studios are working on a game. Didn't say what the game was called, and they showed a very short video, which was basically a guy abseiling down a building, crashing through a window, taking out a dude and pulling up a gun. So like a Mission Impossible kind of thing. I don't know if it's going to be purely stealth or it's going to be action or it's going to be a bit of both. I'll be interested to see more of that game to find out what it's called and to see how the gameplay develops. If it's a lot of stealth, I won't bother with it, but if it's got a lot of action, that'll be cool. That'd be my street. I don't do stealth, I hate stealth. Then they had a trailer for the new Halo game, which was really cool. Good to see them do that because obviously you expect them to have a new Halo title, but I didn't know if they were really going to bring out Halo 5. They didn't say it was Halo 5 though, they just said it was Halo, which I thought was a bit odd. Does this mean it's a side story like the ODST game? I don't know, I'm not too sure where they're going with that, if it's going to be like that. If it's going to be ODST and Reach, or if it's going to actually be Halo 5, they didn't say. Interesting trailer because they kept Master Chief hidden, and then right at the last second he unveiled himself, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, and apparently it runs at 60 frames per second as well. That'd be quite nice to see how that works, because I think that's really needed in Halo, because it can be a little bit slow sometimes trying to traverse the environment. So yeah, that'd be cool. Then they announced the release date and the price. Oh, this is going to cause some controversy. I can already imagine the tweets and the anger on the internet, but it's coming out in November. It's going to be $499, and this is really interesting. Actually, announced it in pounds for once, not just dollars and euros. Thank God. I can't remember how many euros it was, so I do apologise for my European viewers. But for English people, it's going to be £429, and Amazon's altered the price already. So yeah, that's great. £429, a little bit more than I wanted to pay. I was hoping they were going to have it around about $350, but realistically, with the technology in the box and the brand new Kinect as well, $429 isn't a bad price, and it's launched as well. And they always jack the price at launch because they know people like us will buy the console no matter what. Yeah, so overall, I was quite impressed. Then they showed, to finish the show, they showed Titanfall, a new game from Respawn. Doesn't interest me in the slightest. It was all multiplayer. It's a first-person shooter with mechs. So basically, you run around in first-person mode, and you can get in a mech and shoot stuff. I don't really care for multiplayer at all, and it didn't interest me in the slightest. If you're into multiplayer, Call of Duty and all that, then it's going to blow your mind. But for me, it wasn't something I'm interested in buying. But yeah, overall, I've got to say, besides the fact they didn't talk about all of the controversy, and they really should have done that and just got it out of the way. So that was a mistake. But I have to say, just on what they showed today, I'm really, really impressed with the games they have coming so far. And I'm looking forward to the future of Xbox One. It's good. I think it could be quite bright. I never thought I'd ever say that because I expected to not like this new console because the 360 has been a bit lame the last couple of years for me. I haven't been interested in it. So I'm quite happy that they're coming back. That's just making an effort now. And they also did say, and I forgot to mention, they said that there's going to be hundreds of titles coming to the 360 in the next few years. I can't remember if they said how many years, but it's nice to see them supporting the 360, unlike the original Xbox, which they dropped like a hot potato when the 360 came out. So that's really good. I'm glad they're doing that. It's an important thing, especially when the Xbox One's £429, $499, because not everyone can afford to do that. Obviously, the majority of people aren't going to lay that kind of money out, even if they can afford it, because they're going to be like, I want to buy it for the price drop, which I totally understand that. So it's good to see the 360 is going to get some real good support for the next few years. But yeah, I'm really impressed. I really enjoyed the thing, and I know all the comments and they're going to say, did we watch the same show? You're talking shit, you don't know what you're on about, and the usual thing, but at the end of the day, I don't care, it's my opinion. That's what I thought from watching the conference today. I'm not an Xbox fanboy by any means whatsoever. It's just the way I feel. I'm impressed, I'm buying an Xbox One, and all the DRM and all that doesn't really bother me, if I'm absolutely honest. The always-on connection, that really care, it doesn't really affect me. So there you go. Anyway guys, I'm going to watch the EA, Ubisoft and Sony press conferences. I'll do videos for those as well. EA depends if they actually talk about anything worthwhile though. Ubisoft is usually pretty good, so I can do a video about those. Sony I'll definitely do a conference video about because I'm really looking forward to the PS4 reveal, and I can't wait to see what games they've got for it. I'm really excited for that one, and most of all I want to see the price, date and price. I'm hoping they're going to come in at a reasonable price. I'm thinking if it's $429 for Xbox One with Kinect, PS4 is more powerful but doesn't have the camera included, it's just the machine. The camera isn't an optional extra, so I don't know. The thing is, I can't see Sony coming in at £400 because the PlayStation 3 was $425 when it launched, and they got a lot of shit for that, even though it was actually cheap at the time. So, and before anyone jumps on me, it was cheap because it had a Blu-ray player in it, and Blu-ray players were £1,000 on their own at the time. So $425 for a PlayStation 3 with a Blu-ray player, I personally thought at the time was a great deal, which is why I bought one. I know I'll probably still get snarky comments, but whatever. Anyway, I'm hoping they're going to hit like 350. I think that would be the sweet spot. If they go 400, fair enough, but I would like to see them go for 350. I don't think they will push for 400, but they might do, who knows. They might just try it on again because it is launched, but we'll wait and see. And the press conference is like, I think 2 o'clock in the morning, which is a pain in the arse. It's only like 25 past 7 at the moment, so I've got a long way to go yet, and I'm going to be knackered by the end of it. But it's all good anyway. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again shortly.